From Brazil, it's almost 7 hours flying time and 3 time zones to get back to Africa. It's really dark by the time we get to our hotel in Lomé, the capital of Togo. We graze the buffet and call it a night. It's a busy day tomorrow. Our hotel is next to the Independence Monument, built to commemorate Togo's independence from France on April 27, 1960. Driving through Lomé, we learn about motorcycle taxis. These Chinese motorcycles are cheap and financing is available, making the business easy to get into and eventually profitable. We're headed to Hotel Le Lac. At the hotel, we board boats to take the trip across Lake Togo to Togoville. The lake's very shallow, and the pirogues must be poled out from the shore before the outboard motors can be dropped. The lake is really a lagoon separated from the Atlantic by a narrow coastal strip. It's about 10 miles long and 4 miles wide. Fish traps dot the lake. The primary catch are tilapia and catfish. As we approach the landing at Togoville, we see the tower of the Cathedral of Our Lady of Lake Togo. This marker commemorates Pope John Paul II's visit to Togoville in August 1985. Now we're off to explore the village. Like the country, the village gets its name from the lake, Togo. The kids are mostly shy, but also curious. There are lots of photogenic doors and windows. This is a Voodoo shrine. In spite of the Catholic cathedral, this area is a center for the practice of Voodoo, or Vodun as it's called here. Then we see our first shrine. This one is to Mawa, the moon goddess, who provides the cool of the night, peace, fertility, and rain. Not far away is another shrine to the male god of the sun, who brings the day and the heat, but also strength and energy. Our guide explains that this pot outside the house is for an offering to protect the house and those who live in it. We've found the main street of Togoville. And as one could expect, this is where the market is. And here's another shrine, maybe to the spirit of commerce. This modernist monument seems out of place here. It's a monument to German-Togolese friendship. It was erected in 1984 on the 100th anniversary of King Maipa III's signing of a treaty with German explorer Gustav Nachtigal, giving Germany dominion over what has become Togo. We found our way back to the cathedral. It was built in 1910 by the Germans as a Presbyterian church. The French converted it to a Catholic church when they took over after World War I. An interesting feature are the pictures of African saints on the walls. This pavilion and seating area was built for the Pope's visit in 1985. In the early 1970s, the Virgin Mary is said to have appeared to a girl on the lake. This shrine commemorates that miracle. This chapel behind the cathedral also commemorates that miraculous appearance. There are 3 high schools in this small town. Students from all over Togo come here for education. We're back in the boats and back to Hotel Le Lac for lunch. Our education continues after lunch at a small-scale palm oil producer. Our guide shows us the fruit of the oil palm. The fruit is crushed and the pulp is separated from the oil. Up to 70% of the pulp contains edible oil. Sap of the oil palm is collected and it will naturally ferment into palm wine in less than a week. Wine is then put into a simple pot still and the result is a high-proof palm liquor. We finally arrive at the site of the Voodun ceremony, and we're met by a man who performs some kind of ritual that allows us to enter the sanctified place. The drumming and chanting are continuous and hypnotic. In the center of the dance area, a priest has built a veve with a design in cornmeal. The veve is consecrated with palm liquor and by lighting black powder. The veve is the conduit for the spirits. A chicken is sacrificed to the spirits. Possession is an important part of Voodun worship. The participants transcend their physical bodies and become spirits. When a person is possessed, they take on specific mannerisms and gestures associated with a specific spirit that is possessing them. Carrie says goodbye to her new friends, and we head back to Lomé and our hotel. A local dance troupe provides entertainment during cocktails. And while we eat dinner, a sultry singer does it her way.
Le jour s'en ira, moi je reviendrai comme d'habitude. Toi, tu seras sorti, pas encore rentré comme d'habitude. Toute seule, j'irai me coucher dans ce grand lit froid comme d'habitude. Mes larmes, je les cacherai comme d'habitude.
In the morning, we're at the airport, ready for our next adventure.